What a way to start the new year. Pixel Pipes has officially hit over 1,000 subscribers. Yeah, that's just kind of amazing to me, especially in the amount of time that it took to achieve that. I really didn't expect it anytime soon. And it's really just a testament to all of you guys, watching and enjoying these videos. That really means the world, especially when I read all these comments coming from you guys about how much you're enjoying it. And, just all the compliments and everything that I've been getting has just been really just encouraging. And it feels great that people actually enjoy the things that I'm talking about and the things that are a part of my hobby and my personal interests. And so I just want to thank each and every one of you for, jumping on board and following this channel and just doing what you do. Oh, there goes the phone. Especially those of you who were there early on through all the rough edges of my first videos, not even having like a proper microphone. Our first brush with anything can shape the way we feel about it for the rest of our lives. Or lighting or anything like that, there's still a lot to work on with this channel. And, while a lot of you have been very positive in your feedback of my videos and how they're made and so on, you may actually be surprised by just how humble this channel really is. I mean, we're on a shoestring budget, and what I'd like to do for this video is just something kind of different. Not a lot of people really enjoy watching, subscriber videos or milestone videos like this. So I thought I'd give you something a little bit extra, a look behind the scenes of how I do things here at Pixel Pipes. So let's get to it. So this is my setup. My tripod is an inexpensive Sony VCT R100. It doesn't have a fluid head or anything like that, and it isn't very tall. It's just a simple standard tripod, but it gets the job done for when I'm just sitting on my chair talking to the camera. My lighting is this thing. It's literally a work light with a baking sheet I bought from the Dollar Tree after cutting a large hole in the bottom of it. And then I just have a white trash bag taped to that, which actually does a pretty good job at diffusing light. Considering this cost me virtually nothing, I'm pretty happy with how well it works. So when it comes to filming a graphics card for some B-roll footage, I'll take one of these poster boards, again from the Dollar Tree, and lay it on the floor. I might also prop up another one behind it, and again, using that same light clamped to the side of the bookcase, I'll have my photo box of sorts. I'll sometimes move this cell phone mount over to this flexible tripod, which I can sit on a sheet of paper to reduce the friction and get some simple lateral camera moves. Other times I might freehand it with some warp stabilization. This, combined with color tweaks in Premiere, is how I film my hardware close-ups. One of the first things I purchased for this channel is this Rode SmartLav Plus lavalier mic for my on-camera appearances, and this contributed greatly to improving the overall polish and first impression of my videos. It's one of the most important upgrades you'll find recommended on many YouTube advice guides, and I recommend it as well. This gets plugged directly into my old LG G2 in conjunction with an app called RecForge, which produces pretty decent results, again without having to buy an expensive dedicated recorder. For my voiceovers, such as what you're hearing now, I'll use my Audio-Technica ATR 2100, which is an inexpensive, say $50 or so microphone that I had left over from my podcasting days with the now defunct website called 1985 FM. And it sounds pretty good for the money. It came with this nifty desk stand, and I just have a cheap pop filter clamped onto one of its legs. I have three benchmarking systems. The first one on the right is my Windows 98 SE system sporting an Athlon XP 3000 Plus, but it has some issues right now, so I'll probably do a rebuild of it at some point in the future. Next to that, I have my newest Windows XP system from my recent build video, which has a Core 2 Duo E8600 for newer PCI Express graphics cards. Then lastly, I have my tried and true Athlon 64 system using an X2 4400 Plus and the ASRock board with AGP and PCI Express. Easily my favorite system of the bunch. I've had that case since the early 2000s. Unfortunately, a lot of my game footage still has to be captured like this, with a camera pointed at the screen, and that's going to be the first thing I fix this year. It's my #1 goal to finally get a direct capture device. Many of the games I use to benchmark have built-in tests, but for those that don't, I'll use levels and scenes that are easily repeatable, like here with Halo. I find the multiplayer map Sidewinder scales really well with graphics cards with very little dependency on the CPU. And I'll typically just walk through it on a set path until I get to this point where I'll throw a grenade at the boulder, allowing for lots of particles on the screen. I'll repeat this and other tests like it 3 times and average the results. Another useful tool I have is for Unreal Tournament 2004 called UMark. It's an older tool that has pre-recorded bot matches on any map of your choice, and usually I'll pick DM Rankin. This is pretty consistent, but I'll typically run it more than once as well, so I can average the small variances between tests. So once all the benchmark results are recorded for all the cards, and all the tests and at all the resolutions, they of course go into Excel, and I have my own custom template that I've created for the graphs. Those then get combined with all of the B-roll footage that I took of the graphics cards and any game footage that I recorded or that I need, and then of course my on-camera appearances as well. The on-camera stuff, except for what I'm doing right now, is typically scripted, and so everything in my in-depth videos has to be scripted because I'm not really that good at talking without a script. It usually takes many tries, many takes to do that. So because I don't have a teleprompter, that means I have to memorize the sections of the script that I'm speaking, usually a paragraph at a time, and this takes a really long time to do that, actually, because my memory is terrible, so I have to go through each paragraph many times to kind of get it ingrained, and even then, when I hit the record button finally, it will take sometimes several takes. Now the intro that you see, I think, is something that I think adds a lot of professionalism to the channel, and it's something that was actually gifted to me for free from a member of the day1patch.com community. This person just hit me out of the blue and said he wanted to help me out with the channel in any way he could. His name is Gruca Jr. I hope I didn't butcher his last name. Yeah, he was just really generous. It was something that I wanted to do eventually, but I figured I'd have to pay a guy, you know, $200, some ridiculous amount of money for an 8-second animation. And so that's something that has really helped to contribute to the overall presentation of the channel. And you know, I hope, if anything, showing you the behind the scenes about how I make my videos and do all the filming and everything that's involved is encouraging to you guys out there who want to start YouTube but don't think you really have a chance because you don't have the money, you don't have the talent. I never made videos before this, and I never done any real serious filming before this. It was all just learning as I go and just using what I have or what could be acquired with as little money as possible. And you know, here I am. If I can do it, you can do it too. Hitting 1,000 subscribers, it was kind of the milestone I set for myself for treating my channel or thinking of my channel as something serious. And so now that I've reached that point, I'm going to start dedicating more of my income, not just into collecting graphics cards, which I was already doing a lot of, but more into the channel. Really all I've done as far as investing into the production of my channel is buy the lavalier mic. You know, I want to get more professional lighting. I want to get a new you know, tripod. I want to get a new backdrop with a you know, a table specifically for that, so I'm not filming on the floor and it's kind of harsh on the back. Maybe, you know, upgrade the camera if at all possible and things like that. So all that's coming soon. Well, eventually. It's, you know, those are all long-term goals throughout the year. I don't necessarily expect to be able to get everything, but it's all just really exciting for me because it means that there's so much room for growth and improvement. And just making this channel has been some of the most rewarding work I've done on any project of any kind. It's been something that I thought about doing for a while, and I just kind of went into it. So if you stuck with me throughout this whole video, and indeed throughout the early life of this channel, thank you so much for being a part of this. And here's to the new year. Again, there's a lot to look forward to. You know, you always have to enter the new year with some optimism, not just that things are going to go well, but that you yourself are going to do well or make it as good as possible. And that's certainly my attitude going into 2018 with Pixel Pipes. Things are only going to improve, the quality is only going to improve, and with any luck, you know, if the channel continues growing, I might be able to eventually dedicate more time into making videos for it, which could be really, really cool. But we'll see, you know, the future is unwritten, but I'm just happy where things are right now, and I couldn't be more thankful. So thanks for watching. I'm Nathan, and this is Pixel Pipes.